Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Porterhause Skyrim Mod Reviews. I'm your host, Porterhause, and that's no bull. Hey everyone, before we get started here, I just want to say hello and welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had a ton of new folks signing up, and I'm getting pretty close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Very exciting for me. Also, I want to tell you that I do have a Twitter account, and I post news about the videos, screen caps, sneak peeks of upcoming reviews, and occasionally tweets about music, bands, and DJs that I like. The link to it is on my channel banner. I also want to give Colt a shout out for the truly nice comment that he left in one of my videos. Thanks, Colt. Much appreciated. Today I have 3 sweet mods for you to look at. I have a follower mod, a weapon mod, and finally a monster/creature mod. First up, we have Amber, Lightning of Hope by HeroedeLeyenda. Anyone that regularly follows my Skyrim videos knows that I am a big fan of Hero's work. I have a lot of his followers, with Jennifer being my favorite, and I not only use but highly recommend his skin texture mod, Leyenda Skin 2.0. Once again, Hero has created a follower that is not only absolutely gorgeous, but is a real boss in a fight. To find Amber, go to the entrance of Mzulft, and then go a little south of that to the Dwarven storeroom, where you will find this beauty kicking back and relaxing, waiting for the call to action. When you install Amber, you get a handy scripted install that lets you choose a version with Deserter X's Nightingale armor, or you can choose a naked version and then pick her armor yourself later. You can then choose body type, CBBE or UUNP with associated physics. I went with my favorite, which is CBBE, with my own flavor of HDT physics. Hero bills her as a Thunder Sorceress, and that indeed fits, but we will get to that in a bit. But first, let's talk about the particulars. Amber is a custom race based on Nord with a custom skeleton. Her style of combat is dual casting destruction spells based on lightning. She is compatible with amazing follower tweaks, extensible follower framework, and ultimate follower overhaul. And finally, yes, she is marryable. Hero really went all out to make Amber absolutely gorgeous. From her hairstyle to her toes, she is very well designed. The tattoo on her lower abdomen is an especially nice touch and really demonstrates Hero's attention to detail. A little later, I'll be taking Amber out to fight, and you will get to see her awesome thunder spells in action. Next up, we have Warrior's Legacy by Billyro. Billyro, as many of you know, makes all of my favorite weapon mods for Skyrim, and once again he has turned out something pretty damn special. My favorite weapon of choice for my character Tish is the War Axe, and in the past I have used his Stormcloud Axe and the Stalwart Axe, and now I think I may have found a new favorite. The Warrior's Legacy can be found north-northeast of Septimus Cygnus' outpost. It is not unguarded, so be prepared for a fight or two. The name for finding it in the console is Krieger's Efthermal, which in a dialect of the Netherlands is warrior and what comes afterwards, so literally it is Warrior's Legacy. If you are a native of Friesland, yes, I am aware that I mispronounced that. This weapon is beautifully done with Billyro's flair for custom meshes and textures. The blade looks used and scratched, and the wood and leather of the handle looks so damn real it amazes me. Now, damage it inflicts will vary depending on level and perks, so for example, Tish's base damage with this axe is 45. The weight is 10 and the base value is 400 septims. The axe can be improved at the grindstone with a steel ingot. Later in the action clips, I'll take Tish out and she'll be smashing face and chopping off bits with this axe. Finally, we have a terrific monster mod. This is Giant Wasps, Mihail Monsters and Animals by Mihail Romanov. This mod author has literally exploded on the Skyrim modding scene lately with a huge series of immersive monster and creature mods for the game that adds everything from peacocks to minotaurs. Mihail takes elements from other sources such as older Elder Scrolls games, Elder Scrolls Online, and even Dark Souls, and adds them to Skyrim. The reason I chose the Wasps mod was because hardly anyone makes mods that add insects to the game, much less giant ones. I was also very impressed with the work that went into creating a flying insect. The mod author not only made a custom mesh and texture, but he also created a custom skeleton for the beasts as well. Also, I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online, and I was a bit tickled to see a creature from that game in Skyrim. Aside from the wasps themselves, the mod also adds giant wasp hives and 2 ingredients, wasp antenna and hive shards. Both have benefits and drawbacks, so use them wisely. The mod author also included a custom wasp buzz, and I'll give you a tip. The louder it is, the closer and the more wasps you will run into, so if it gets really loud, be prepared for one heck of a fight. When attacking, the wasps will come at you from all directions, literally in a swarm like the real thing, and their sting can paralyze and poison you in a heartbeat. Now, my character Tish is currently level 61, and her armor rating runs about 1500, and even she was getting her ass kicked left, right, and center by these critters. I found the best tactic to deal with them was to sneak and hit them from a long distance away with a bow or a crossbow. Also, keep the unrelenting force shout on standby to keep them at a distance. They also seem susceptible to fire and ice. If you want to seek these critters out, you can find them at the Honeystrand Cave, Clear Spring Tarn, and just outside the entrance to the ruins to Betholft. Bring a follower or 3 for distraction purposes, aka stinger fodder. Now comes the part of the review where I will take Tish out into the field and test the mods. I'll be including some combat scenes with the wasps, and I'll be using the Warrior's Legacy axe quite a bit. Afterwards, I will give you my thoughts on these mods and critiques if I have any. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and we will be back in a bit. So, as you saw from the clips, HeroedeLeyenda's Amber is an absolute thunder goddess and just slung lightning at the bad guys without any freaking mercy. My favorite part was when she would paralyze them first and then fry them like a catfish on a grill. The swirling storm effect that surrounded us from her storm call shout was just awesome. It's not a shout I use often myself just because it does have a tendency to hit both friend and foe, and Tish did get hit by lightning several times. Amber is beautiful, but she is a bit OP. The mod author states this on his mod page, so don't be surprised. She is a ton of fun in combat, both inside and out, and very, very deadly. If you are looking for an ass-kicking, lightning-slinging follower that is easy on the eyes, then Amber Lightning of Hope is your woman. The Warrior's Legacy Axe worked wonders on those pesky bandits, and I'm sure it was just luck, but Tish kept getting critical hits and taking off heads. It happened at least 4 times during the testing. Billyro did a smashing job with the textures, and it is a fantastic weapon. Also, as a bit of an update, today the author also added an optional download that adds a belt loop for the axe, so it's not just auto-magically hanging from your hip. Also, there is a link on his mod page that will take you to a dual sheath redo patch and a replacer version of the mod as well. If you are looking for a good axe mod, then look no further. I highly recommend it. Get it and you will not be disappointed. As for the Giant Wasps, Mihail fulfilled his promise of making a tough monster mod. The critters just swarmed all over my character, and the only way I found to combat them effectively was to use a follower as a distraction, and then snipe at them from hiding from a long way away. By the way, I lied earlier. Unrelenting Force does nothing. I think it's because they have a custom skeleton and won't ragdoll because of that. Fire Breath, however, was as effective as a mammoth-sized can of Raid. After some of the tougher Chaos Dragons from the mod by the same name, Mihail's Wasps were some of the fiercest critters that my character has ever fought. They look great, and the animation for the wings is superb. Now, there were a couple things I had issues with. One is the weird stinger shadow that the mod author mentions on his mod page, but honestly, during the combat I was too busy fighting to notice. The other thing was the custom wasp noise. It did get a little annoying just because of the volume when there was a large crowd. Now with the individual wasps, it seemed okay, but when there was a group, I had to turn the volume on my headset down to almost nothing. Now those two issues are relatively minor, and I still highly recommend that you download and try this mod out. It presents a fun, awesome new challenge for you in combat. Well, that's it for the review. I urge you all to download these mods and try them out. If you like them as much as I do, please remember to endorse them and vote up your favorite for File of the Month. Now, I just want to say that HeroedeLeyenda does in fact have a Patreon and a PayPal donation link on his Tumblr page, and I will put the link to that in the description below. If you have some spare cash, maybe you can toss some his way. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if so, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. I will see you all at the next review.